Hertz is getting a big jolt in its electric lineup, adding Tesla Model Y vehicles to its electric vehicle fleet. This comes, of course, after Hertz announced its purchase of roughly 100,000 Model 3s last year. Let's bring in Yahoo Finance's Pras Subramanian, who's following this story for us. And Pras, when you think about the adoption of EV, so much of this is about getting drivers into EV cars to experience it. But in terms of this deal, what does it mean for Hertz?
Yeah, it's a good point because it's the adoption kind of angle that boosted Tesla's stock last year, right, with this deal with Hertz. But this week, Electrek was the first to notice that the Model Y has appeared on the Hertz website to rent. Now, when you actually go to the website to try to rent it, you actually can't. It'll only let you rent the Model 3, which is available at select airports. But, it's not out of the Hertz playbook to do a splashy move like that. You mentioned last year they signed that big 100,000 or a Tesla Model 3 order. They had Tom Brady in ads promoting that, right? And it's sort of at an inflection point for Hertz right now because they just got a new CEO, Stephen Scher, former Goldman CFO, just came on last month. They had an earnings beat last month, but there was some concern about higher prices and lower costs being sort of unsustainable. So we'll kind of see what's next in this Hertz Tesla saga. We're talking about two stocks that are really kind of big on the Wall Street bets community, that big in that meme stock world. So it's very highly followed and people are always intrigued by it. And today we're seeing Hertz and Tesla stock both higher.
Yeah, Pras, I remember when Hertz was on its deathbed in 2020, and here we are now talking about EVs. But I mean, to you, is it weird that you're seeing the stock pop up on this? Because we already know that they've been making a move into EVs. If it's kind of inevitable, they were going to continue to expand their fleet of EVs, especially with that. What was the Tom Brady? Is it the Tom Brady commercial where he takes the plug and then puts that?
Yeah.
I don't know. We know this has been coming.
Yeah, I guess so, Brian. I mean, it's just it's more confirmation, right? The Model Y is so popular, adding that to the fleet, another new option for potential renters. Like I mentioned, you can't actually rent it yet, but it's just an easy way to sort of get some excitement and from a Hertz shareholder point of view. And I'm not surprised. It's a mini pop, right? Nothing crazy, but I'm not surprised that would gin it up a bit because we're talking about a very, very popular car. One that, Brian, you can't, if you try to order Model Y today, you can't get it till the beginning of January.
I want to switch topics here, although we're keeping on the EV thread. Nikola shares on the rise after they started production of their electric truck on schedule. Give us the details on that.
Yeah, Brian, pretty exciting day for Nikola, a company that's had its shares of troubles, right? So they announced today that they began production of the Tray semi-truck that's in their Arizona factory. This is the battery electric version of the semi that has a shorter range of around 350 miles. Nikola said it expects to sell saleable models by the end of the second quarter, and they'll deliver maybe 300 to 500 models by the end of the year, and they'll ramp up next year in 2023. The long-range Tray, the hydrogen fuel cell version, that's on track to be shipped late next year. Now, that is a range of about 500 miles. We're going to hear more about this. Nikola has an investor day scheduled tonight after the bell, so we'll see what they have to say about the outlook for these two models.
All right, Yahoo Finance's Pras Subramanian, thanks so much for the breakdown on the EV front.